Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In the earlier lecture, we have discussed about the preparation strategy, the reading material, the reference books one should refer while preparing for GATE exam. So the notification for GATE 2022 will be released soon. As many of you must have this idea that this year IIT Kharagpur will be conducting institute for GATE exam. So generally the notification for this exam used to come in the month of August. The application process will start after that in a month or two, and the admit card and all this process will, if the process will go on according to the timeline considering the pandemic situation, the exam will be conducted in the month of February. So we are doing this lecture in July. So you have 7 months for the preparation. If anyone has started preparing just right now, or if you are first time appearing for the GATE exam, this is the right time you should start for preparation. So as we discussed in the previous lecture, that the base for preparation of GATE exam, GATE Architecture and Planning exam, is understanding the pattern of earlier year questions. So if a candidate is appearing for the first time for the GATE exam, most of the students will start solving the question paper, the latest question paper, that is GATE 2021. So in this lecture we will do the analysis. We will try to find out what are the solutions and how the solutions are provided in the Architect's Guidebook for competitive exams. So we will do the thorough analysis. Like in the earlier lecture, we have discussed that there is an interdependence of questions in the earlier year question papers. So let's start solving this question paper one by one. Before that, if you have not seen the earlier video, we will discuss that how many questions were repeated from the earlier year question papers in GATE 2021. So in previous lecture, we have discussed this graph showing the cutoff for the last 4 years for the open category, as well as the number of questions which were directly related, or the information from that particular data have been asked in that particular year. So 24 questions of GATE 2021 were of such nature that they were repeated, or they were directly linked to the earlier year paper. So that is the reason that one should understand the pattern of earlier year questions while starting the preparation of GATE Architecture and Planning, or any other recruitment exam in Architecture and Planning. So before directly starting the solution and explanation of GATE 2021 question papers, let me give you the brief idea about what is the strategy adopted here for while providing the solutions and explanation of this particular question paper. The first thing, question paper from both general aptitude and architecture and planning section we will discuss in detail. So the explanation have been provided in detail in the guidebook as well as in this video lecture. The second thing, the questions which are related or repeated from the earlier year question paper, they have been interlinked. So the information related to that particular data is already available in the earlier year paper. So simply we are going to interlink the question with that particular question. So again, the lengthy explanation, the lengthy theory have not been given for this particular paper to avoid the waste of time. So the theory related to such question is already available in the guidebooks, and same is not repeated here. Like, I'm not going to just read the theory related to that particular questions. The next strategy is there are few questions, there are 4 to 5 questions which have been asked for the first time. Like, there is no data available with those questions in the earlier year papers, and also they have some kind of a elaborative explanation. So there might be a explanation in the tabular form which is already provided in the solved question paper in the guidebook. So we are not going to discuss those questions. Only the questions which can be which needs a thorough explanation, or it needs step-by-step solution, have been included here. So those questions which have elaborative theory, which you can simply read on the preview of the book which is available on issue.com. So these questions have been skipped here. So let's start solving the actual question paper one by one. Here we will do first the general aptitude section, and then we will start with the the architecture and planning section. Okay, so let's start with the general aptitude section here. So let's start solving the questions from this particular GATE 2021 question paper one by one. The first section is general aptitude section. Compared to last year, this section of this year was bit easy to solve. This particular section includes 10 questions. The first 5 questions, they are of 5 mark each, where for each wrong answer there will be a negative marking of 1/3. For next 5 questions, which are 2 marks each, there will be a negative marking of 2/3. So carefully one should solve this general aptitude section, because once you will start your exam, the very first section will be general aptitude section. If you lose your confidence in this section, it will again, will have a reflection in the architecture and planning section. So just try to solve the easy question. Just try to find out the answers which you are familiar with. So one by one we will discuss the examples, the questions from this particular section. So first question is, which of the following sentences are grammatically correct? Arun and Aparna are here. Correct. Arun and Aparna is here. This is a wrong sentence. Arun's families is here. This is wrong sentence. Arun's family is here. So from the 4 given sentences, only sentence correct is first and fourth. So answer will be option B. Then the mirror image of the text, second question, the mirror image of the text shown in the figure about x-axis. File axis is the word given, and you have to find out the mirror image about the x-axis. So इसका सिंपली ट्रिक ये है, जस्ट राइट डाउन दिस वर्ड ऑन अ पीस ऑफ पेपर, उसको फोल्ड कीजिए और बैक साइड पे आपको जो वर्ड दिखेगा पेपर के बैक साइड पे, सो दैट विल बी द मिरर इमेज. सो जस्ट उसको एग्जाम टाइम यू कैन अडॉप्ट दिस स्ट्रेटेजी. ये ट्रिक है ये सॉल्व करने का. अगर वाई एक्सिस पे किया है तो उसको इस तरह से फोल्ड कीजिए, एक्स एक्सिस पे किया है तो ऐसे फोल्ड करके जस्ट सी बिहाइंड जो टेक्स्ट है वो गिवन 4 ऑप्शन में से कौन सा दिखता है. तो हियर द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज ऑप्शन बी. So 2 marks up तक you have achieved. Total marks you have achieved till now 2 marks. Third question, 2 identical cube shaped dice, each with faces numbered 1 to 6, are rolled simultaneously. The probability that an even number is rolled out on each dice is, like I said in the first lecture, generally general aptitude section includes the questions related to rules of logarithm, permutation combination, probability, surface area, perimeter, volume of solids. These are the general type of questions which are being asked in the general aptitude section. So this is the question which is based on the rules of probability. So let's start this question, the solutions. So if you roll the first dice, the probability that the even number will come is only 50%, because either the number will be even number or it will be odd number. So the probability of getting an even number on the first dice is 1/2. Similarly, probability of getting odd number on the second dice is also a half, 1/2. So rule of probability is, when 2 events are independent, the probability of both occurring is the product of probability. You have to just multiply the possibilities of 2 different situations. So 1/2 into 1/2 will be 1/4. So the probability that even number is rolled out on each dice will be 1/4. So here option, the correct option will be answer D. So 3 marks you have achieved till now in the general aptitude section. Both all these 3 questions were easy to solve. Question 4 is, there are signages given, symbols, which are 2 operators on numbers P and Q such that, एक इक्वेशन दिया है यहाँ पे. देन इन द क्वेश्चन दे हैव आस्क्ड जस्ट पुट द वैल्यूज. ये अगर सिंबल है इसका मीनिंग है माइनस, एंड दिस सिंबल मीन्स मल्टीप्लाई. सो जस्ट ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस इक्वेशन बाय पुटिंग द एक्चुअल वैल्यूज. just put the actual values, instead of this symbol put minus value, and for this symbol put the multiplication value. So by solving this, the answer will be minus 40. Option D. So all these 4 questions were easy to solve. Total marks achieved till now 4 marks. Question number 5. 4 persons P, Q, R and S are to be seated in a row. R should not be seated at the second position. Very important condition given in the question. R should not be seated at the second position. So just write down that arrangements can be, if this is the arrangement that P, Q, R, S, they are seated in a row. So R should not be seated at the second position. He can sit at the other 3 position, remaining 3 position, but he should not be seated at the second position. The number of distinct seating arrangement possible is. So how to solve this? Again, this is an example of permutation combination. As per the condition, R can occupy only first, third and fourth position. He should not be seated at the second position. So he can occupy first position, third position or fourth position. So how many different types, how many different arrangements we can do for this? There will be 3 arrangements. He can sit at the first place, he can sit at the third place, he can sit at the fourth place. Now the remaining 3 people, P, Q and S, how many times, how many different arrangements we can do? So 3 factorial will be the number of ways. So 3 factorial means 3 into 2 into 1, there will be 6 ways by which we can do the seating arrangements of remaining 3 people. So overall, for all these 4 people, how many different arrangements we can do so that R should not be seated at the second position will be just the multiplication, 6 into 3. So there will be total 18 ways we can do the distinct seating arrangement possible, which are possible to adhere with the condition that R should not be seated at the second position from the left. So the correct option will be option C. Then question number 6 is, on a planar field you traveled 3 units east from O. Okay. Next you travel 4 units south to arrive at point P. Okay. Then you travel from P in the northeast direction such that you arrive at a point that is 6 units east of O. Just in such type of question, just try to draw the figure as you go on reading the question. So from this, this will be the figure. On a planar field, you have traveled 3 units east from a point O. Point O से यहाँ travel करना शुरू किया, 3 units we will go to east. Next you travel 4 units. Next you travel 4 units south to arrive at point P. South to arrive at point P. 4 units. Then you travel from P in the northeast direction. Then you travel from P in the northeast direction such that you arrive at a point that is 6 units east of point O. That is 6 units. Already you have traveled 3 units at the first condition. Now you are 6 units. That means from here the distance is again 3 units. What is next? Next you travel in the northwest direction. Northwest from here in the northwest direction, so that you arrive at a point Q. You will arrive at a point Q that is 8 units. That is 8 units from point north of point P. You have already 4 units from this particular point till point P is 4 units. Now the total distance they have mentioned is 8 units. So that means you are 4 units away from this particular midpoint. So what they are asking right now, the distance of point Q to point O in the same units should be distance of point Q from point O. So simply in the first place, if we take that, he has traveled exactly in the perpendicular direction. So 3, 4, 5, 3, 4 and 5, this will be like from the Pythagoras theorem, this will be the hypotenuse. So 5 will be the hypotenuse here. Again, the units he has traveled from this particular point to this as per condition. This total distance is 6 units. So this remaining portion will be 3 units and this is 4 units. So again this hypotenuse will be 5. Similarly, this side when he has traveled in the northwest direction, this distance will be 5 units, and so the remaining, again this remaining distance will be 5 units. So the option C will be the suitable option. Yeah, the correct answer is option C, 5. So total marks we have achieved till now will be 7, because earlier 5 questions they were of 1 mark each, and this particular 6th question is of 2 mark each. So we have achieved till now 7 marks. 7th question from general aptitude section is, the author said musicians rehearse before their concerts, actors rehearse their roles before the opening of a new play. On the other hand, I find it strange that many public speakers think they can just walk onto the stage and start speaking. In my opinion, it is no less important for public speakers to rehearse their talks. Based on the above passage, which one of the following is true? So paragraph says that musicians practice करते हैं, actors rehearse करते हैं. On the other hand, public speakers जो है, they don't do the practice and they just walk and they think that they can start speaking. So it is important that, as according to author, it is important that public speakers, they should also do the rehearsal like musicians and actors. So based on the above passage, which one of the following is true? So in the given 4 option, the suitable answer is answer A. The author is of the opinion that rehearsing is important for musicians, actors, and for public speakers as well. 8th question, some football players play cricket. All cricket players play hockey. Among the options given below, the statement that logically follows from the 2 statements 1 and 2 above is. So this question is based on set theory, set questions. So some football players play cricket. We will just draw the figure. Some football players play cricket. So this middle intersection, this will be people who are playing football as well as cricket. Then second sentence is all cricket players play hockey. All cricket players. So this is a subset of hockey. Cricket players, all cricket players play hockey. So these common peoples, the intersection of all 3 circles, they play football, they play cricket, and they play hockey as well. So among the options given below, the statement that logically follows from the 2 statements 1 and 2 above is. Now from the figure we have to find out which is the correct answer. No football player plays hockey. No football player plays hockey. So this is wrong. Few football players, they do play hockey, right? So A option is not a correct one. Some football players play hockey. Some football players play hockey. Yes, some football players play hockey. So option B, this is the correct one. All football players play hockey. All football, no. There are some people who play only football. And option D is all hockey players play football. All hockey players play football. No, there are people who play only hockey. So in this, option B is the correct option. Yes, option B is the correct one. So till now 2 marks, 2 marks in both of these questions have been added, and total marks you have achieved till now 11 marks. Let's go to the next question, question 9. In the figure shown adjacent, PQRS is a square. Okay, PQRS is a square. The shaded portion is formed by the intersection of sectors of circle. This shaded portion is formed by the intersection of sectors of circles with radius equal to the side of the square. This is the radius as well as it is a side of the square, and centers having centers at point S and Q. Okay, the probability that any point picked randomly within the squares, any point picked randomly within the square falls in the shaded area. We have to just find out the area, total area, ये square का area कितना है, and what is the area of this shaded region. That's it. Just दोनों को divide करना है एक दूसरे से. That will be the probability. So let's solve this example. We will draw the hypotenuse PR. We will draw the hypotenuse PR, which will divide the square in 2 equal right angle triangle. There will be a triangle PSR and PQR, right? We have drawn the hypotenuse, and these 2 this square has been divided into two equal right angle triangles. Also the sectors, they are having the radius. If you see, this is one sector, which is having radius r. So if you complete this entire circle with radius r, this particular sector is 1/4 portion of the entire circle. 1/4 portion of the entire circle. So how to find out the area? If you don't remember the formula to find out the area of sector, just the area of the entire circle will be pi r square. So 1/4 will be the area of the sector. So pi r square by 4 will be the area of the sector. Now area of shaded region will be, we will find out the area of both the sectors. We will find out this one, and this section, both this section, it is part of right angle triangle. So if we minus the area of right angle triangle from this particular one sector, we will get the area of shaded region. So formula will be, as there are two sectors, 2 into area of sector minus area of right angle triangle. So just put this value, 2 into pi r square by 4 minus 1/2 into r into r. 1/2 into r into r, this area of right angle triangle. So the final will be r square into bracket pi minus 2 divided by 2. Also area of square will be r square, right? Area of this entire PQRS will be r square. So as I said, the condition is the probability that any point picked randomly within the square falls in the shaded region. We have to just divide the area of square by the vice versa. We have to divide the area of shaded region by the area of square. So we have find out the area of shaded region as r square in bracket pi minus 2 divided by 2 and again divide by r square. So r square will be down here pe, and the final answer will be pi by 2 minus 1. Try to solve this on your own by the given explanation. So pi by 2 minus 1 should be the correct answer. So here the correct answer will be option C. So total marks you have achieved till now will be 13 marks. Okay, let's solve the last question of general aptitude section. Question 10, it says, in an equilateral triangle PQR, side PQ is divided into 4 equal parts, side QR is divided into 6 equal parts, and side PR is divided into 8 equal parts. Okay. The length of each subdivided part in centimeter is an integer. So it is a complete figure. It is not in the point में ये value नहीं है. It is a complete integer. The minimum area of the triangle PQR possible in centimeter square is. So first of all, they are saying that all these three sides, they are divided into first side in 4 equal parts, second in 6 equal part, and third in 8 equal parts. And also the length of each subdivided part is an integer. So what will be the inference? We will assume that the side of the equilateral triangle is x unit. Now as they are saying it is divided by 4, 6 and 8, as per this condition, x by 4, x by 6 and x by 8 will be an integer. So x must be the LCM. X must be the LCM of 4, 6 and 8, which will be 24. So the side of equilateral triangle will be, let's assume it is 24 units, as it is a LCM. So 24, if you assume that 24 is the side, it is divided by 4, it is divided by 6 and 8 in a complete integer. It is an integer. So area of equilateral triangle, what is the formula to find out the area of equilateral triangle? You must be known for this formula. ये formula आपका by heart होना चाहिए. So root 3 by 4 into side square is the formula to find out the area of equilateral triangle. So by putting this value, root 3 by 4 into 24 square, the final answer will be 144 root 3. So among the 4 options given, option D is the correct option for this. Option D is the correct one. So till now in the general aptitude section, getting 15 marks out of total 15 marks was the easy task. All 10 questions were easy to solve. So this is the end of general aptitude section. Now we will start solving the architecture and planning section. Okay, so we will start solving the architecture and planning section. Question 1 to 25 will be MCQs carrying 1 mark each, and for each wrong answer there will be negative marking of 1/3. So first question is, as per National Building Code of India 2016, the function of an automatic rescue device is to. Option given are: bring a stuck lift to the nearest landing level, control the escape route lighting system, control fire in electrical system at plenum level, and trigger fire sprinkler system. Okay, so even if you don't know about the definition of automatic rescue device, just compare all these 4 options. Bring a stuck lift to the nearest landing level. No, why to bring this stuck lift to the nearest landing level? There must be some people who are stuck inside the lift, so it is necessary that that device should bring this stuck lift to the nearest landing level. Whereas if you see all these 3 options, control the escape route lighting system, so this is a part of, instead of automatic rescue device, this is a function of automatic response device. This is a function of automatic response device in case of fire. So control the escape route lighting system, this is a function of automatic response device. Same, control fire in electrical system at plenum level, this is a function of automatic response device. Trigger fire sprinkler alarm, automatic response device. Whereas bring a stuck lift to the nearest landing level, only this option is suitable for the rescue operation, for the rescue instead of response. Here we will not require any response. What is important is rescue of the people stuck inside the lift. So bring a stuck lift to the nearest landing level is the only suitable option for the automatic rescue device. So next question is question 7. As per urban design principles proposed by Gordon Cullen, Rashtrapati Bhavan, New Delhi is an example of. Again, the question is repeated from past year question. It should not take more than 1 or 2 seconds to answer this. Option A, serial vision is the correct answer. इसके रेफरेंस कहाँ पे है ये हम लोग इसमें देख लेते हैं एक्सप्लेनेशन में. Question 17, GATE 2010 includes the entire theory related to this concept. The example for that particular theory of Rashtrapati Bhavan, New Delhi is already included in that particular question. So question 10, right now you can see the explanation given in that particular question. The concept of serial vision has been applied to the approach layout of. The correct suitable option for that particular year was Rashtrapati Bhavan Complex, New Delhi. So again, the information related here in 2010, they have not mentioned who has proposed the serial vision, but in the explanation you must have read this. The serial vision, Gordon Cullen has conceived this idea, conceived this concept of serial vision, and which is related to the Rashtrapati Bhavan. So answering the question 7 in GATE 2021 was simply the task of hardly 1 or 2 seconds. So such type of questions generally asked, generally repeated, because if you read the 2021 brochure, there are 4 type of questions generally asked in GATE question papers: recall, comprehension, analysis, and application. So one should recall few concepts, one should by heart few concepts, because it is the only option for that. If you go to the landscape section, building material section, one needs to just by heart the terminologies, by heart the formulas, like that. So here question 7 was of very easy nature. It was repeated as it is from the earlier year paper. So Gordon Cullen is the name associated with the concept of serial vision. One can read the theory related with this concept in the GATE 2010 question paper in question 17. So we will skip this question. So total marks achieved till now 20 marks. 8th question, bit numerical question. What it says, a wastewater pipe connecting two inspection chambers, that is IC chamber, is laid at a slope of 1:200. Okay, the invert level of the starting inspection chamber is -450. The invert level of the second pit at a distance of 40 meter from the first IC is. These are the four options. So what is mean by slope? If you go 200-meter horizontal distance, the vertical drop will be 1 meter. For 200-meter horizontal distance, vertical drop is 1 meter. So just you need to find out 200 meters के लिए 1 meter drop है, so 40 meter के लिए drop कितना होगा? Just that is the only simple logic for this. So the slope of wastewater pipe 1:200. That is, as I said, vertical level difference is to horizontal difference. इसका meaning ये है, the slope of wastewater 1:200 means vertical level difference to horizontal distance is, for 200-meter horizontal distance there will be a drop of 1 meter. So as given, second pit is at a distance of 40-meter horizontal distance. Second pit is at a distance of 40 meter. Assume the vertical drop at this pit will be x meter. इसका हम लोगों ने assume किया x meter will be the drop from this first IC chamber. This distance will be x meter. We have assumed. So just do the cross multiplication. For 200 meter there is a drop of 1 meter. So for 40, how much the x will be the vertical drop? So 40 into 1 divided by 200, the drop will be 0.2 meter. So carefully see, the options are in mm. So 0.2 meter will be 200 mm. But see, 200 mm is not the answer. Generally, they used to give this kind of answers as well. So if students, he has not read the question carefully, they have asked the invert level. They have not asked what is the drop. They have asked the invert level. Invert level means if this is at a 450, this is at -450, why, what is the invert level of the second IC? They have not asked what is the drop. So you have to again add the 200 mm from here, and this will be the invert level. So what you have to do, the level of starting IC is -450, and right now you have find out the drop at a 40-meter horizontal distance will be 200 mm. So -450 and plus 200, that means again 200 at the bottom. So invert level will be -650. Invert level will be -650. So option A is the suitable option, correct suitable option for this question. So total marks achieved till now 21 marks. Here question, option A is the correct suitable option. So very simple question, 8 question for 1 mark each. Just we have to carefully read the question. Most of the time it happens that in the hurry people will answer this option B as the correct answer. But see, they have asked the invert level. If they have asked what is the drop level for this particular second IC, then the answer would have been -200 mm. But as they particularly asked the invert level of the second pit, here the answer will be -650 mm. So total marks you have achieved till now will be 21 marks. Next question, again it has been repeated from the earlier year data. The question says, from the images P, Q and R given below, select the corresponding land use categories according to Alonso's bid rent theory. Now this theory says, as you go along from the central business district, from the city center, the value of land, the rent value will go on decreasing, because the simple fact is, people who stay at a larger distance, at a longer distance from the central business district, they will do more expenses on the transport. So equally the cost will be equal for the people who are staying in the central business district, near the central business district, because they will save the cost on the transport. So generally there is a logic. We find out that from the given 4 options, they have asked particularly for the what should be the correct location for the manufacturing, residential and retail. ये location क्या होती है? See, generally near the central business district, you will find the retail shops. The retail shop, they are generally situated near the central business district. then there will be a manufacturing unit, and at the end there will be a residential. Sometimes the manufacturing can be outside the city, but here if you compare with the land prices or with the rent, if the distance from the central business district is is lesser, the rent will be higher. So where in that situation, where is this situation possible? Generally the retail shops which are nearer to the central business district, they have high rental value, whereas in the last, when the residences they are away from the central business district, the rental value is lesser. So very simple logic, the option D is the correct suitable option. Q for manufacturing. Manufacturing units, they can be situated at a longer distance from the central business district, so that they are equally accessible from the residential unit as well as from the retail unit. So option D is the correct suitable option. There is no requirement of understanding of the particular theory. If you know about the particular theory, it's very good, but simple logic is fine, is sufficient to answer this question related to the bid rent theory. So option D is the correct suitable option for this question. So the related information about this particular bid rent theory is already given in question 36 of GATE 2018. One has to refer that question related to the bid rent theory. Now see, in that particular question, the remaining theories, like it was of the match the pair question. So the information related to transit oriented development, core periphery theory, cluster theory, all the theories including bid rent theory have been explained in detail in that particular question. So see, the graphical illustration have also been given here, and what is the theory, what the proponent has discovered in this particular theory. All these things have been explained in detail in that particular question. So if you remember about this data, answering this question in GATE 2021 was the simple task. So option D for this particular question is the correct suitable option. So total marks achieved till now, this one mark have been added here. So total marks you have achieved till now will be 22 marks. Okay, so let's solve question number 10. What is the question? The urban land use model based on the concept of a polycentric city is known as. The option given are Burgess model, Hagerstand's model, Harris and Ullman model, Homer-Heot's model. Very easy and simple question. This is repeated from earlier year data. The correct answer is Harris and Ullman model. The only thing, instead of multi-nuclei city, multi-nuclei model, they have used the word polycentric city. Here you can simply put a logic that Ernest Burgess has discovered the model of concentric zone. Homer-Heot has discovered the model of sector theory. This particular proponent is new. First time this Hagerstand's model has been asked in this particular question paper. So the only correct option here is Harris and Ullman. So answer B is the correct option. This particular data, the question related to this particular data has been asked earlier in 2017, 2009, 2007 and 2003. So how the question was asked earlier? It was asked in the match the pair question, like concentric zone model has been proposed by Ernest Burgess. Here it was in the match the pair. So from this data, answering the question number 10 was the simple one. So in that particular explanation in GATE 2000 sorry, in GATE 2017, the illustrations along with the explanation are already given. So concentric zone, what is the illustration, who is the proponent for this, sector model given by Homer-Heot, this is the illustration for this. So you have to just refer the earlier year question, study it properly, and getting 1 mark for this particular year, such a easy question was not that difficult in GATE 2021. Let's see what is the, so total marks achieved till now 24. Earlier till question 9, I think we have achieved 23 marks. This was again 1 mark question. So total marks achieved till now 24 marks. What is question 11? The total head or total lift against which a pump works includes suction lift, discharge lift, and the third option. So what are the options given? Cone of depression, water horsepower, salvage lift, and frictional head loss. See, this is the question which is related to the water supply system. And earlier also, this data is related to Hazen-Williams nomogram or Hazen-Williams equation, which is generally used in the calculation of diameter of water supply pipe. So again, this information has been given already in the guidebook. This data particularly is given in the earlier year paper. So more or less this question was related to the earlier year data. So here the correct option is frictional head loss. Now again we will give a simple logic that how the remaining three options are incorrect. See, whenever a motor will, it will suck the water from the water resource and it will discharge it, what are the factors which will which will be important in the functioning, that it will the mechanism will depend upon how much is the suction lift, how much is the discharge lift, and how much is the loss in between the transition. So there will be a frictional head loss in between the transition. So here the correct answer is D, frictional head loss. So related explanation to the frictional head loss has already been given in question 36 of GATE 2009. So what was the question? Identify the parameters used in, as I said, Hazen and Williams nomogram, which is used to calculate pipe diameter for water supply. So this is the formula for frictional head loss. Again, very important formula, one should note down this because sometimes the question can be asked based on this formula. So frictional head loss in water pipes can be estimated with the help of Hazen and Williams equation. It is also called as Hazen's and Williams nomogram. So this is the equation for this. I will not repeat as it is from this particular screen picture. So where F is the frictional head loss, C, what is C? It is Hazen's and Williams roughness constant. This is a constant. Q is the volume flow and DH is the inside hydraulic diameter. Now, if you compare this data with the 21 question paper, see, suction lift, discharge lift, they are more or less, these quantities are volume flow. See, volume flow. Whereas this F is particularly the frictional head loss. So, the total head or total lift against which a pump works includes suction lift, discharge lift, and frictional head loss. So, the correct answer here was option D. So total marks achieved right till now is 25 marks. Okay, we will go to next question. Again, we have discussed this in the earlier lecture. This question was related to earlier year data. The curve traced by a point on a circle rolling inside another circle is known as. The correct option is hypocycloid. Now in earlier year, they have asked the question related to the epicycloid. Supertrochoid. In 2001, this particular question is related to the information given for question 25th of GATE 2001. In 2001, they have asked the locus of a fixed point outside a circle. Here in 21, they have asked inside another circle. Here they have asked the locus of a fixed point outside a circle rotating on a fixed straight line is called as. So for that question, the correct suitable answer was supertrochoid. Now in the explanation, you must have read about what is supertrochoid, what is hypocycloid. See, the answer for this question is already here. The definition for hypocycloid for this while explaining this option B is already given in 2001. The curve traced by a point on the circumference of a circle which is rolling on the interior of a circle. So what is the solution or what is the inference from this? You must read each and every option given for those earlier year paper very thoroughly. You must understand the concept because right now till now they have asked the question based on supratrochoid and hypocycloid, whereas it may possible that in let's say in 2 or 3 years, next 2 or 3 years, they will ask what is epicycloid or what is the involute. So the question related to these remaining options can be asked in further years. So one should read this information carefully. One should understand instead of just mugging up the information given in the guidebook. One should understand how to recall, how to remember this. One should have note down this in their notes so that it will be helpful to answer the questions in the next coming years. So in this way this question was related to the earlier year data. So till now you have achieved 26 marks. So question 19 is identify the color palette that is created using any three equally spaced U's around the color wheel. Option given are split complementary, analogous, triads and complementary. Again, this question was related to earlier year question paper. The particular question asked in GATE 2015, if I am not wrong. Let's see where was the reference. Here the correct answer is option C, triads. Yeah, it was asked in 2015 in question 15. Again, the question was same, a combination of colors forming an equilateral triangle in a color wheel. Only the language has been changed. Here, the illustration along with the the definition has already been provided here in GATE 2015. You can see the green, orange and violet. These three colors in a color wheel, they are equally spaced. Like there are three colors in between each of these two colors. And they are forming a equilateral triangle. For both the questions, for question 15 of 2015 and question 19 of 21, the answer is triad scheme or triads. So in this way, again the explanation for analogous scheme, split complementary scheme, complementary scheme is already provided in GATE 2015. So one has to refer just the question 15 and the related explanation in that particular year. So in this way the question are generally थोड़ा twist and turn करके पूछे जाते हैं. So achieving 1 mark in this question was the easy one. So total marks we have achieved till now 27 marks.